we go. I'm trying to produce an Inchie for a Tyger as part of my next every Inchie Monday contribution. I set to very industriously this morning and cross-stitched myself a little line. Fortunately, before I wrote the date on the line, I checked the computer to make sure I had the correct date, the correct animal, and found that no, it didn't. It was supposed to be a Tyger this week. So I'm ahead of myself. I have a little lion Inchie, which I've cross-stitched, and I needed to produce one fairly quickly that was a Tyger. Of course, I thought instantly of Blake's The Tyger poem, which was a great favourite of mine in my childhood. I loved the alliteration and resonance of the words, even as a very small child, though it took me some years to sort of fully understand the purpose of the poem, which was really just talking about the duality of the innocence and experience of the human condition. But I did get a lot of joy out of the poem. The fact that it was written, what was it, late 1780s, 1790, about that time, I forget now. And I used to wonder, how did these people know about tigers? He was an Englishman. How did he know about tigers? So lots of puzzles and questions. I was going to use into gold to gild up this little fellow, but I found that the gold was simply a little, as you can see, I've got little experiments there, the embossing simply didn't show through enough and it wouldn't rub off, so I've decided simply to go with, this is a paper tray ink Bright Buttercup. I might add a little bit of gold just around the perimeter once I get this cut out and mounted. I'll see how we go. It's I really enjoy being part of the Inchie challenge. I've got this, I think this next week, I think I'm right, will be the first 6 months completed. And I'm putting them in a frame. I intend to send the first one to my youngest grandchild, who's 3 now. So it's a collection of little Inchies that I've put on my blog. If you're interested in having a look, I'll put the link below. I think that's nice and bright. This little stamp is actually from a set of small cat images, and if you look at it up that way, it looks more like a little tabby, but if you turn it round, it could well be, in my opinion, that's what I'm telling myself, an image of a tiger eye. Trying to use different methods of creating these Inchies. Some of them I stitch, some of them are slightly mixed media. I'll just show you my little line I made. Fortunately, it's got next week's date on it rather than this week's, so just a little tiny cross-stitched line with little black glass beads. That'll be my Inchie for next week. It's not like me to be ahead of myself. Now I always use this Stampin' Up! Inch stamp. Try and get it as straight as I can. There we go. Does look rather kittenish, this little image, but I just keep telling myself that it is a tiger. I'll just use one of these and see. I've got such stained fingers. I had a dreadful accident yesterday with a teal spray. it decided to disembowel itself all over my hand. Fortunately, I had a large piece of butcher's paper underneath and saved the carpet, but it was a near thing. Try and get this onto that little border. There we go. Hopefully that'll pass muster. Sometimes it can take a little while to get something that you're happy with. And this is one thing that, in one way, that the Inchies have been very good for me, because I've learned to simply get on with it and produce something. And that it doesn't really matter if it is a quick one. Some of them I draw, some of them I paint with watercolour. So it's a really interesting challenge to come up with something. And because I've been focusing on photography lately, it's been quite a challenge for me not to rely on that medium. But my course finishes next week, so hopefully I won't try the coordinator's patience too much with too much photography. You might be able to hear some laughing in the background. We've got a garage sale happening next door, so there's been a bit of fun and games going on in the neighbourhood. There we have it. There's a little, what I'm calling a tribute to William Blake. What I do to finish it off is simply to add the date. Now let me just check that. This is Tyger. And the date, which I wrote down this side, is 19th 06 2017. And that's all there is really to it. I now just photograph this so I can link it on my blog and add it when the time comes to the site. There we have it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.